He called her a nobody. Then the world knew her name. Have you ever been told you'd never become anything, that your dreams were too big, or that you were just a nobody? That's exactly what Emily Parker heard the day her life changed forever. Emily was a quiet girl from a small town called Riverbend. She didn't have rich parents or fancy clothes. She worked at a small coffee shop downtown, serving people who never even bothered to look up from their phones when they ordered. But Emily had something most people didn't: a dream. She loved to sing. Every night after work, she would sit by her window, play her old guitar, and write songs that told stories about love, pain, and hope. But no one believed in her dream, not even her boyfriend, Kyle. "You really think you'll make it as a singer?" he said one night, laughing. "Emily, you're not even good enough for karaoke. You're a nobody." Those words hit her harder than she expected. Emily had always known Kyle wasn't very supportive, but hearing him say it out loud that she was a nobody broke something inside her. She wanted to cry, but instead she just smiled and said quietly, "Maybe one day you'll be wrong." That night she packed her things and left his apartment. She didn't have a plan, only a determination to prove him wrong. Over the next few months, life wasn't easy. Emily rented a tiny room in an old building and worked double shifts just to survive. But every free moment she had, she practiced, wrote, and recorded her songs on an old phone. She posted them on social media, but no one seemed to notice. Her videos got only a few likes, mostly from friends who felt sorry for her. Still, she didn't give up. Then one night, after another long shift at the coffee shop, Emily decided to upload a new song, a song she had written about her breakup. The title was Nobody. She poured every ounce of her heart into the lyrics. "You called me nobody, but I'm still here. You tried to break me, but I'm still near. I'll shine when the night is dark and deep, and you'll remember the name you tried to keep asleep." She recorded it in her small room, her voice raw and full of emotion. She posted it online and went to sleep, thinking nothing of it. But the next morning, her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Notifications flooded her screen, thousands of them. Someone had shared her song, and it was spreading like wildfire. People from all over the world were commenting, "This song gave me chills. Who is this girl? Her voice is unreal. She turned pain into art. Respect." Within a week, Nobody had over 10 million views. Music producers reached out to her. News channels wanted interviews. Suddenly, the girl who used to serve coffee was trending everywhere. Emily couldn't believe it. The world finally knew her name. She was invited to perform live on a national talk show. As she stood backstage, she remembered all the nights she cried, all the times she was told she'd never make it. And then she walked onto the stage, confident, shining, and ready. The host smiled at her and said, "Emily Parker, your song Nobody touched millions. What inspired it?" "It came from someone who once told me I was a nobody, but I realized something. No one else gets to decide who you are. Only you do." The audience erupted in applause. That moment changed everything. Emily's music career took off. She released an album that went platinum, performed in sold-out arenas, and became a voice for everyone who had ever been underestimated or called not enough. Months later, she returned to Riverbend to visit her old coffee shop, the same place where she once served lattes to people who didn't know her name. As she walked in, heads turned. Everyone recognized her, the local girl who had made it big. And there, sitting at a corner table, was Kyle. He looked up, surprised, almost embarrassed. "Emily, wow, I saw you on TV. You're famous now." Emily smiled kindly, her confidence shining brighter than ever. "Thank you, Kyle. But I was always somebody. You just couldn't see it." She walked away, leaving him speechless. That night, as she performed at a charity concert in her hometown, she sang Nobody again, this time not out of pain but pride. She dedicated it to everyone who was ever told they weren't enough. The crowd sang with her, thousands of voices joining together. Emily looked out at the sea of lights and thought, this is what believing in yourself feels like. Because the truth is, sometimes the people who call you nobody do it because they're afraid of how great you'll become. And when you finally rise, they'll have no choice but to remember your name. So if you've ever been told your dreams don't matter, don't listen. Keep going, work quietly, believe loudly, because one day the same people who doubted you will have to say your name with respect. This is Hopewell Stories, where every nobody becomes somebody.